In a world not too different from our own, where the threads of peace and conflict weave through the fabric of history, there lies a tale that unfolds amidst the golden wheat fields of Ukraine and the vast expanses of Russia, a story that transcends borders, impacting lives far beyond its epicenter. This is not just a story of two nations, but a narrative that encapsulates the global ripple effects of their prolonged conflict. Once upon a time, the breadbaskets of the world, Ukraine and Russia, together accounted for nearly a third of the world's wheat and barley, a fifth of its maize, and more than half of its sunflower oil. These golden grains, essential to the diets of billions, traveled across oceans and continents, feeding nations far and wide. But as the drums of war beat louder, these vital supplies dwindled, causing global food prices to soar by up to 50% in some places. The tale turns grim in countries far from the conflict, where families struggle to afford basic meals, revealing the far-reaching tendrils of war. The saga continues with the energy that powers our homes and industries. Europe, once heavily reliant on the gas that flowed like powerful rivers from Russia, found itself in the grip of an energy crisis. Prices leaped, not by leaps and bounds, but by bounds and leaps, with natural gas prices surging over 300% at their peak. Homes grew colder and industries slowed as the continent searched for alternatives in the wind, sun, and seas, embarking on a quest for energy independence. Amidst this tale of turmoil, the digital realm became a battleground with invisible warriors. Cyber attacks, a spectral army, besieged the fortresses of infrastructure and state, setting a precedent for a new kind of warfare that knows no borders, threatening the very fabric of global security. And as the conflict weaved its dark tapestry, the seas themselves became wary. The Black Sea, a crossroad of commerce, saw its waters churn with uncertainty. Shipping costs surged, as did the premiums for insuring these voyages. Goods that once traveled freely now faced the specter of war premiums, making everything from grain to gadgets dearer. But the tale grows darker still with the shadow of nuclear threat looming over Europe's largest nuclear power plant in Ukraine. The specter of a catastrophe, akin to a modern-day Chernobyl, haunts the land, threatening not just those in the immediate vicinity, but potentially casting a radioactive pall over much of the continent. As the narrative unfolds, over 8 million souls have been cast adrift, seeking refuge from the storm of conflict. This mass migration, reminiscent of the great upheavals of the past century, strains the resources and hospitality of nations, sowing seeds of division and hardship in communities far from the front lines. Yet, amid the darkness, there are glimmers of hope and resilience. The conflict has ignited a fierce determination among nations to seek new paths towards energy sustainability, accelerating the green revolution. It has fostered a spirit of unity among allies, strengthening bonds in the face of adversity. This tale, still being written, speaks of the interconnectedness of our modern world, where a conflict in one region can send shockwaves through the global economy, alter political alliances, and reshape the environmental landscape. It's a narrative that underscores the importance of peace, not just for those directly embroiled in conflict, but for the global community whose fates are inexorably linked to the outcome of this distant war. As the world watches and waits, the story of the Russia-Ukraine conflict remains a poignant reminder of the fragile tapestry of global stability and the need for a concerted effort towards weaving a future where peace prevails and prosperity is shared by all.